Good afternoon, my peoples, and welcome back to the counterattack on this most auspicious of Fridays. The sun is shining and the weather is sweet. I hope you and yours are doing well. There's something a little bit uncomfortable that we need to talk about, something a little bit shameful, and that is the decline of Manchester United over the last 8 years. You know, they claim to be the biggest club in England, and by their history, they are. You know, ad nauseum Premier League titles, FA Cups, multiple Champions League victories. But in the last 8 years, they've won one, count it, one major trophy. And that is it, the FA Cup. Not a Premier League, not a Champions League. And these are the people that claim to be the biggest club in England. You know, the snake oil salesmen and charlatans at ESPN FC and on Talk Sport will sit there and they'll claim that Manchester United are still the biggest club in England, but it's very clear that that is in the past. They slaughtered Arsenal over the years for not winning trophies. And, you know, rightfully so. You go from Premier League winners, being in the Champions League almost every year, sometimes even going deep, to not winning anything. That's a fall off. And that's something that needs to be called out. It needs to be recognized. But it seems that that is true only when it's Arsenal and not Manchester United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Dearest Ollie. Ollie's at the wheel. Solskjaer has spent over £350 million since he's come to Manchester United. What has he won? Manchester United walk around as if they're Everton or West Ham. You know, they talk about transition years. They talk about, oh, we don't have this player. Oh, we don't have that player. You've spent more than enough to win. What are you doing? It's time to talk about your decline. And largely, the signings that Ollie has made have worked out. Harry Maguire, Bruno Fernandes. These are players that have come in and they've done well. I think it's taken Harry Maguire a little bit more time to sort of acclimate himself to the team and really stamp his mark on the team. Bruno Fernandes, it didn't take him any time. He came in swinging, ready to go, even though his numbers have been a bit inflated because he takes penalty kicks from Manchester United, and referees are just jumping at the bit toward United penalty kicks, or at least so that's how I feel. Another shameful aspect of United's decline over the last 8 years is the stadium. Old Trafford, the iconic Old Trafford. You know, they decided to stay in their old stadium and allegedly refurbish it, but it's very clear, and I get this from The Athletic, that Old Trafford is crumbling. The roof is a mess when it rains, and of course it's going to rain in Manchester. The rain sort of drips down through the leaky roof onto the supporters. The seating is a mess, and this was before their fans decided to riot and, you know, come into the stadium last year in reaction to the shameful episode that was the Super League. And we're going to get into that on another video because, believe me, it needs to be dealt with. Right? But right now we're talking about United. A lot of this has to do with their owners, the Glazers. The father passed away about 10 or so years ago, and he left it to his family. And there is a stark difference in the way they treat Manchester United and how they treat their NFL franchise, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Clearly, probably because they're American, they prioritize the Buccaneers. They have more of a personal connection with the American football team. When they won the Super Bowl this past year, both brothers and the entire family, as is standard often after a team wins the Super Bowl, you know, came on the field. You know, they were talking about how much they love the Buccaneers, this and that. When Manchester United won, you know, the secondary prize in Europe, the Europa League, the Glazers were nowhere to be found. You know, this 8-year fall off. Where are the Glazers? Yes, they spend. They've just dropped a load of money on Jadon Sancho. They spent a whole lot of cash to bring Paul Pogba back to the club in a huge U-turn. But they do seem a bit uninterested. They seem that they spend out of necessity, out of survival. Because just across Manchester, you have City, who obviously have endless pockets, deep, deep pockets, and they can buy whoever they want, and they can spend as much on wages as they want. So they've had to keep up with that. And I think the owners of Manchester United have done the bare minimum to keep them in the Champions League spots or thereabouts, and to keep on relatively challenging with City, even though they really haven't over the years. So where do Manchester United go from here? Because there has to be some type of improvement. Finishing second, finishing third, getting into the Champions League, getting knocked out of the FA Cup and the Mickey Mouse League Cup, and dropping down into the Europa League, it's not good enough for Manchester United. Frankly, it's not good enough for any of the, ostensibly big six clubs in England. They need to be winning trophies, and not the League Cup and not Europa League. They need to win the FA Cup. How many times have Arsenal, who don't spend near as enough, and who have massive and have had massive financial limitations on themselves, have won multiple FA Cups, while United has won absolutely one FA Cup and nothing else? They have to start winning trophies. If they don't, their slide will continue. Champions League is not guaranteed. You have all sorts of newcomers now. You have Leicester City, who are there or thereabouts. You have the usual suspects of City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal. They all want Champions League football. And if United want to have any truth behind the statement that they are, in fact, the biggest club in England, they have to win something. And I believe that they have to do it this year. Enough is enough. Ollie's at the wheel. Well, he needs to drive that club straight to a trophy. Or else, I think they've got to get rid of him after this year. I don't think they should sack him in the middle of the year. I think that never really works out. Unless, of course, you're Chelsea. But a trophy this year. The FA Cup, the Premier League, or the Champions League if they can manage it, which I really don't think they can. No excuses. It's time to show us the minerals. Show us what you got. Well, thanks, guys, for sticking with me. And I'll see you next time. Bye.